Today is December 20, 2020. My name is Charles Suter. I'm presenting part 4 of my Change series. This one is titled Basic Theory. My main message is change is easier when you know how. In this presentation, I take a step back to discuss how best to effect positive changes in your life by examining the first principles of change. All change should be directed to your deepest desires and or whatever is not working in your life, including ineffective beliefs, improper life scripts, and wrongful behavioral habits. Proposition 1. Your ability to choose your changes is a blessing. Man is the only creature in the animal kingdom that has the power of choice to change. All the other animals are creatures of their habits. Just remember, change is the means to a specific, discrete end. More importantly, an end that includes success and happiness. Your fundamental choices are to change or not to change, to stay within your comfort zone or to leave your comfort zone to seek something better. Also, I want to remind you that while you can't change others, you can change yourself. But when you change, others are forced to adjust to your own changes. If you lack the motivation to change, you are probably shortchanging yourself by remaining too closely attached to the status quo. If you seldom suffer from frustration or disappointment in your current life, but yet feel dissatisfied with your lot in life, you are probably not changing, that includes goal setting, enough. Always have a goal in progress to improve your life, whether it is to reduce adversity or to satisfy a passion. You don't have to wait for an urgent situation to develop before you decide change is warranted in your life. Frequently review your life and consider how you might improve it with the right changes. Finally, remember, as I've already said, you don't have the power to change other people. You only have the ability and responsibility to change yourself. However, when you change for the better, others will have to adjust and change to become compatible with your positive changes. Proposition 2. Successful change is the result of a proven change process. Now, reasons for change include crises, dissatisfaction, negative emotions. That'll give you reasons to change based upon what's not working in your life. Of course, you may also have unmet passions that might give you reasons to change. In a previous presentation, I presented a formula, and these are the conditions that must be present, the minimum conditions that must be present before you will even make an effort to change. First of all, you have to have information. What do you want to change to, and how might you get there? You must be motivated. You must have a reason why. What are the benefits of the change? Then you must have positive, supportive belief, the confidence that you can get there, reach your goal from your starting point. Now, the secondary considerations in the process are basically the execution plan. How do you plan to get there? When? What's your timeline? Or where do you start? The what of change comes from a consciously felt urge to change. The why of change comes from either a deficiency or an unmet need or aspiration. The who of change is always yourself, as you're the only person you are able to control. The how, when, and where are the details of how you intend to implement and execute the change. Proposition 3. The more favorable conditions you can create to support your choice to change, the higher the probability that you will succeed. Now, here are some factors under your control, and if you can get them working for you, you will have a much greater chance to succeed in your attempt to change. Clarity. This is knowing concretely and with great detail the exact nature of the change you want to effect. A positive attitude that things are going to go right for you as long as you do what's right. And supportive thoughts. This is along the element of self-talk that basically you're your own coach and cheerleading section. Have these three factors in your back pocket and you increase the probability of successful change. Likewise, if you can simplify the process, simplify your goals so it's not so complex, not so far out of reach. This is the limited scope. And a process where you have control over most of the inputs required to effect the change. Having these three factors under your control will increase the probability of change. Lastly, the higher your self-esteem, the more confidence you'll have that you will succeed and you will make an effort that's necessary to supply the inputs that's necessary to effect change. And this will increase the probability of successful change. The more favorable the conditions to promote change that you can control, the better the chances of a successful change. By picking the right execution plan, including the how, when, and where, you can increase the leverage your inputs have on creating the desired outcomes. Such favorable conditions as clarity of the desired end state and simplification of the process simply improves the chances of your success. My final message: change is easier by creating favorable conditions. When you master the process of change, you improve the chances of applying a proven change process and supplying all the prerequisite inputs necessary to complete the process, and thus achieve the desired outcome. That's all for now. Remember to stay positive. You'll be happier, healthier, and live longer.